Hi everyone, this is Muhammad Amir Khan again back with another video. In this video, I am going to explain how to create a scripted calculation view. I'm having a couple of examples, uh, so I'm going to go through those examples as well. Okay, let's start. Let's get started. I'm creating a scripted calculation view as a test one to explain how to create it. So I go navigate all the way to a package in which I want to create scripted calculation view. I right click and on this one and select new to get this editor to get this window. And here I'm going to write my CV name test underscore SARIP script. So label is same. Make here SQL script since I'm creating scripted one. So finish it. So once I click on finish, after putting all the details, then an editor will open with two different nodes. See scenario panel, which have semantics and script view. And in script view, let me minimize it. In script view, so all this needs to be done in modeling perspective. Okay. I'll get this default syntax. So I'll get two dots after where underscore out. So I need to remove it, backspace, remove it. And here I need to write the definition or script or the logic. So I want to select VBELN from schema Muhammad underscore 02 and VBAP underscore 2 semicolon. So here I need to add the output column. So my output is Veblen, right? So I'm adding Veblen here. Click on plus, write the field name as it is, VBELN, and give data type nvarchar, nvarchar, some length is some 20. Okay. So next to the semantics, you'll be able to see that one field. So I'll make it as measure, select this and make it as measure. Since it is cube, okay, and select the analytical privileges, classic analytic privileges. So finish. So here I am going to display the maximum of the Veblen from the table VBAP underscore 2. So it is completed successfully. So I think the maximum of Veblen is 9. So let me display the output of this CV and click on raw data. So you get the data like this. So this is just a demo or walkthrough how to create a scripted calculation view. Let me go through a few examples which have some complexities or which have few more fields, which helps us to understand how to create scripted calculation view with some meaningful uh, logic. Okay, first I'll go back to my old examples like using string aggregation. So I'm opening this, which I have already created. After opening it, when I go to semantics, I have my script written. So in this script, I'm selecting Veblen, Postnar, and data mode. Veblen is directly from the field VBAK, T underscore VBAK, and Postnar is I'm aggregating the string of Postnar and separating by comma and sum of net amount. I'm doing a sum of net amount and grouping by Veblen. Okay. So these two are aggregated fields. So I need to group by the non-aggregated fields, that is the dimension field. So this is how I write the logic. So you don't need to, in real time, you don't need to write the logic directly. You may have some syntax errors. So it's not a good practice to do it. So how you can do it, it's up to you. It's not like not recommended or something like that. So the easy way is to just check your syntax first Then if your syntax is working successfully, like if I use the select statement, it is completing successfully here. So you can make use of this particular SQL script, just copy paste in this scripted calculation. If you write here and activate, you find an error, go back, and it will take a time. It will be a time taking process to fix those syntax issues. So better you write a SQL script here in an editor, and you can activate, and you can see if you have any issues, you can fix it, and it will speed up your development. All right. So one way of mentioning the fields under the column folders is manually, as I have shown in the previous example. One way is using the table. So I can make use of this particular SQL script and say I want to create a table, column table dot like T123, for example, as opening bracket and closing bracket, right? So when I execute this, a table will be created. Created. CREAT, CREAT, create, okay. Create column table. Okay. All right. So one table is created. So when I display the table data, I'll be having the data based on this logic. Okay, based on select statement. So when I select this, the values from this table. So it's giving the output. So in the output, what it is doing is it's displaying you the web lens, and it is aggregating the Posner with the comma separator. All right. So you can see the item for VBLN is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So I don't want to display these items in different rows. I want to display these items in a single row by aggregating the item with the comma separator. So that is what this string aggregation function or the logic does here. All right. So I have created a table. Okay. So why did I create a table here? So I can make use of those table here. So for example, when I delete everything here, so I need to do it manually. That is one way. If I have some 100 fields or 40 fields, 30 fields, 20 fields, so my development will be very lengthy and very time taking process. So the other way to add the fields here is just import it, add the columns from which table? T123, right? So I have the table T123 which gives me the fields, which gives these fields. Okay. Why this table is giving these three fields? Because the definition of this table is the output of the select statement, which is part of which is part of this SQL script inside this scene. So this is what we wanted. So again, later on, if now I don't require my the intention is completed, like what to do with this table, then I can simply drop it. Okay, no need to just keep it without any use. So drop table and give the table name. Copy and you can drop it like this. All right. So this is how we can create a scripted calculation view. So in the same way, I have created few more. I'll just open it. Will not take much time. See here, CV underscore SCR underscore rank. So same in the SQL script, I just write the select statement, whatever I want. So this is the logic for your reference as well. So I'm performing a row number based on ordering the delivery date, and partitioning by orders. All right, and filtering only the rank one, that with the top latest delivery date. Everything stays same, so I can create a simple select statement in other editor, and fix all my syntax errors or logic, and then I can implement here and create a table, buffer table, or the table transfer some table here in the script in the new editor, and make use of the table to import all the fields in single go. So hope it will save a lot of time for us. All right, so I'll explain one CV which is slightly different from these CVs. These are simple select statement. Okay, there is only one select statement, and you are just organizing that select statement in a different editor, and you are making use of that select statement inside a scripted calculation view, and simply creating a table with the help of that select statement, and importing the fields or adding the fields with the help of the table in a single shot. Okay, so in this not this one, so there is one more with this name, CV underscore sales orders delivery. So this one. Okay, all right, so I wanted to open this CV. So in this CV, the script is divided into different input variables. So when I open this, all right, so in this particular SQL based calculation view, we have the logic, different logic for sales order variable, and I have a logic differently defined for one more variable. And in this sales billing, I'm maintaining billing quantity with the help of this calculation, and also I'm defining one more variable. Okay, so this can be achieved in several ways. So I just wanted to demonstrate how to use different variables, or the different variables in a single calculation view. It is more or less like this variable is more or less like a sub calculation view, a child calculation view. Okay, so I'm creating three child calculation views here with the help of the syntax variable name equal to your logic, and one more CV name or variable name equal to one logic. And in the final, there will be where out the parent calculation view kind of thing, in which I'm using sales order CV, billing CV, and delivery CV. So in technical, we are using three different variables in the where out. Okay, so here I'm joining sales orders variable with sales billing with sales delivery with these keywords. So I want few fields from sales order. For sales order, I'm using SO as alias name, and for sales billing, SB as alias name, SD as alias name. So I'm picking different fields from different variables here. So this is also one of the ways how you can make use of scripted calculation view. And here, see, we have several fields. So how to achieve it if I don't want to do it manually? So I can do it like create a stored procedure here. Just put all the entire select statement here. Uh, Once you are done with your entire select statement with variables and all, so You write your variables, you write your final where out, everything. Just write create column tabs, create procedure schema name dot procedure name as this begin and let me go to development modeling perspective. Script execute syntax. Okay, yeah, it has been fixed. So I'm creating a short procedure. So this complete script you can directly copy paste, but to add the fields in the to add the columns here, right? So instead of putting it manually, what you can do it is you can create a short, simply write create procedure name of your procedure as begin and end. In between begin and end, putting all your logic. So here what I'll do is I'll write one more statement. I'll create one table, create column table like Muhammad 02 dot t one t underscore 01, for example, as select star from where out. So now it will give me an error stating duplicate name. So I need to drop this procedure, drop procedure. Okay, let me drop it and comment it. Okay, now I need to call this procedure. Just choose a call statement. So called successfully, which means a table is created and the output of the table is the table is the table's definition is this one, select star from out, the output of this logic, the output of this select statement is the definition of this table. So if I select this, you can see I will find all these values, all these field names along with data. So I can make use of this table t underscore 01 here. So if I delete all, right, if I delete all, so I can just make use of uh, this with t underscore 01, select it, select add all, that's it, activate. Okay, done. So this is the logic or trick we need to use to add the columns if you have huge amount of columns. And instead of directly writing your script in Warehouse, you can create a stored procedure first. And once you are satisfied with your syntax and all, you can just make use out of this stored procedure in the scripted calculation view. The reason behind is, if you are creating directly here, and if let's say you have some error, so in your syntax, so when you activate with that uh, mistake if you are activating the scripted calculation view with that syntactical error, then it will rotate for a long time and it will show you an error. Again, you need to go and navigate to that error and fix it, again activate it. So it will take a lot of time to fix all your syntax errors. So instead of doing this, the best practice is create a stored procedure like this. So this stored procedure is stored in the catalog folder inside this schema. So once you are done with your CV, once you are fine, everything is good, then you can drop your CV at the end, since this is no more required. So you can drop procedure name, and you can drop the table also. Drop procedure and procedure name. Since we are creating this procedure only to make our development faster. So if I'm performing my development directly on the scripted calculation view, then it will take a lot of time. So here, if I activate it right away, definitely immediately it will throw an error. So it will not take much time to throw an error, and it will not take much time to load uh, your call procedure, something like that. Okay, so I can draw my table also. Once your work is done, your CV is good, then you can drop these objects which are like no more used. Okay, so this is the best and easy way to create scripted calculation view. Okay, if you want few more examples, you can visit my another video which is created to demonstrate or to explain the table function, in which I have given 5 different examples with detailed explanation. So the video is becoming bigger here, so I don't want to make the video bigger. So I'm stopping the recording here. And thanks for watching this video. Have a nice day. If you have any content, if you have any comments, if you have any feedback, you can post in the comment box, so that I can take or I can work on them to improve the videos. Thanks. Have a nice day. Bye bye.